Hi, welcome back. This is Simone Tropea from Biim.Games, and as usual we're going to continue with our card game tutorial. Today we are going to see how to add the victory condition, and also another thing we're going to do, we're going to get rid of all the information we have normally in this text here on the left and the right. Usually we show debug information like the arrays of the player, which card they have, and the coordinates. We don't care about this anymore, so we're going to get rid about all of this after we add the victory condition. But let's start straight away with the victory condition. Let's go on the event sheet board, and here we go at the very end, the last block we created here, not the last but the second last. Basically what we did in this point here is that after we select the card or the robot, and then we click on a tile if the tile is free, and if there is not already another card on that position, then you move the card in that tile. But and then we pass the turn. That is here, pass the turn. But what we want to add another check here, and the first check is basically see if we reach the base of the opponent. Like this is player 1 needs to reach one of these tiles. If you remember, these tiles have the value of 2. If you are player number 2, you need to reach the tile of this side here, that the base of player number 1, and the tiles have value of 1. These tiles here instead have value 0, if you remember. So we need to find something to put a condition here that check which tile we're going to move, and we're going to just copy this, because we already put in this condition here on drag and drop. When we drop, if the card is developed in tile map, we have 3 conditions. This is the one we need to copy, so it's quicker, and we put it here. But this condition here just check if the tile is actually the same value of the turn. But in this case we want to see if the value is the other way around. So if turn is 1, we want to see if the tile has value of 2. If the turn is the player number 2, so turn is 2, we want to check if the tile has a value of 1. Therefore, the only way to do this in just one command line is, as usual, to use 3 minus turn, because 3 minus turn, if turn is 1, it gives us 2. If turn is 2, is 3 minus 2, it gives us 1. So in just one line we cover both cases, and then we are fine for this. We maybe add a comment for this one and see if the tile is the enemy base, the player wins. Okay, so this is enough to let understand what we're going to do. And in after a few minutes we're going to put all this condition here, but before we create the else. So in the else we just add again the comment and say else pass the turn. It's easy as just drop this function call here from line 36 to line 38, and that's it. This is the else is already done. Now we can concentrate again on the condition, the victory condition. Another thing we're going to add here is add another condition, and we check the text. Compare instance variable if player number equals to turn, then do the action. Now if you remember, of course this condition is always true, because turn can be either 1 or 2, and this text player number is 1 and this player number is 2, so this condition will be always true for us. So the real condition that's going to filter in this point is this one, to check the tile if it's the tile of the base of the enemy. But why we put this text here? Because now anything related to text we're going to put inside this block here, it will be related to the text of the player that is play at this moment. So if turn is equals 1, we can just show text only in this text here. And if the player that is currently playing is 2, because turn is equals 2, then any text we're going to write in that block will appear only in this text here. So that's why we're going to do this, because this is to filter the text. And since we are here talking about text, let's start adding the text. Text set value player set text, and we say you won. Okay, so now you're going to say to the player that they won. And another thing we're going to do is array deck destroy. Now, why are we going to destroy the array deck? This because at the very beginning, if you remember, the game start having already array deck with player number 0, that is the deck of the dealer, and then we set the size at the starter layout, and we create at the starter layout one array deck for the player 1 and one for the player 2. If you remember, this is for player 1 and this for player 2. And therefore, every game, we have these arrays that are created for both player 1 and player 2. And when we finish this game, we want to restart the layout. And restarting the layout, if we don't destroy all the array deck, we're going to have every time 2 more array deck for the players, and we're going to mess up everything. It's pointless to have it. It also mess up the code, so we don't want it. And at the same time, with just one instruction, we can destroy all the array deck, and then we can create a new one. System create object array deck, layer and coordinates doesn't matter because it's just the array, is not on the screen. And this will be the array that we need at every game for the dealer. So in just 2 lines here, I don't need to put any check to check if a array deck player number equals to 1, and then destroy. If it's equals to 2, destroy. If it's equals to 0, don't do anything. Just, as I say, we destroy everything. We clear everything this way. We don't have to worry to clear about the array of the dealer. It's destroyed. When it's created, of course it's 0, it's empty. And then the dimension, we don't worry about it because it's created anyway. It set the dimension at the beginning of the layout. And then when the array is created, the array deck, the player number value will be automatically 0, so nothing to be done. So it's just straightforward but easy for us. At this stage, we got the text that say which player win. We destroy all the arrays. We recreate the one for the dealer. Then we just wait. Maybe we just wait like 5 seconds. Time to check, to notice that there is a text. And then system restart layout. So that's it for now. We close it. We save it and we test it quickly. Okay. So the game starts with player number 1. We take a card, we put on the game. Then player number 2, put a card. Then player number 1 moves, player number 2 moves, player number 1. Now at this stage you can see that they can go on top of each other as usual. They cannot fight, so one of the two need to move up and the other one advance. And if you want to let the player number 1 win, you just waste time with player number 2. and we go on here, and then you won. So that's it. 5 seconds, and then restart again the game. So this is working fine. We already have a victory condition. So now we can go move on the second part of this tutorial. Okay. So we go back on our event sheet, and now we're going to deal with the text. So first of all, we're going to check all the text message we have used before that we don't need anymore. At this stage, we just disable them just to have a look to understand where. So this one here, where we check the player number is equals to show the array. We don't care about this anymore, so we disable it. Next point is the block where we do drag and drop. If it's dragging, we show the coordinates. We don't need this anymore. We just delete it. And the last point is here where we call the function show arrays. That is called from the previous point we just deleted. And we disable this as well because it's not any use for us anymore. And later on we're going to remove those lines, but for now let's leave it as they are. In the layout here, array deck data, we can just make I don't know, 1 2 3 4 5, and then say player 1 1 2 3 4 5, just to try to center a little bit. 1 2 3, empty space. Okay, now we copy this and we put it here. For player 2, we just change player 1 to player 2, capital L. No, it's not good, so remove capital L. Okay, so now we have like the title here for player number 1, player number 2, so a little bit nicer to see. And then we can go back here, and in this point where we say text you want, we just going to disable this. We duplicate the line, go back, and rather than set text, we do append text. We start with a new line, so we can just go new line, so we don't lose the player 1 or player 2 that's already on top. And we add another new line to make an empty line to give it a bit of space. And rather than player 1 you won is not what we want, you can say player 1 wins, but anyway, you can leave you player 1 you won, doesn't really matter, just for the tutorial. If it's not sounds nice, but it's okay. And then now we can go to get rid about all those points we talked about before. So this one here we can get rid. We check that it's working fine. And by the way, we can also get rid about this set size of the card. We haven't done it last time. 2 3 and 4 sides, then the text here, and finally it's the text on this point here. There. So far so good. I think all is done. We just need to test again. We save it, test again the game. Okay, now player 1, player 2, nice to see. Start player 1 this time again. Then we need to put a card. Player 2. As you can see, I can keep getting a card. This is a new robot here. Let's put a new robot. And then the other player, as usual, can take the cards. So, so far so good. Can put another card. Just check that player 2 can win as well. And that's it. Player 2, you won. That's it. 5 seconds. Game restart. All clear situation. Everything done. So I think this was useful for you. I try to be a little bit fast in this tutorial, usually quite long, so a little bit short tutorial. And two things I want to say to you. The first one, in the next tutorials, we will have both the text here according to the player information, right? Like say the statistic of the robot or the unit, the result of the fighting, and so on. And the second thing is that we actually are going to create these mechanics for fighting. So we're going to towards the end of this tutorial, this series. And if you are supporting me on Patreon, or you are willing to join us on Patreon, I have created some posts where I discuss about the statistic of the units, the type of mechanics we're going to use for fight and movement and so on. If you are interested in give your opinion, or if you want willing to see something particular, let me know as soon as possible, because from the next tutorial I'm going actually to use those mechanics straight away in the game. Therefore I need to know on time before I create the tutorial. So if you want to see something particular, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, as usual, you can like, you can subscribe, hit the bell to get the notification. But the most important things for me, if you really have time, please share this video around, because save time. I don't have much free time, but I'm happy to create video tutorials to help you to improve your skill, but also the one of other people in developing games to reach your dream, creating the game you like. So if you really appreciate, please share this video around, and I'll see you again in next video. Take the chance to say Happy New Year to you. It's a little bit late, but these videos come out every 2 weeks, so that's it. I'll see you again next video. Bye.